All right, streaming. Let me click record. What a million.
Yeah, Mike, give me 1 minute. I have to run.
Yep. All right, everyone. Let me get this set. I'm going to bring up a chart. And Stephen will be right back.
They're drying. This is perfect. Okay. Take your time. Let me get caught up. I'm folding your sheets. Don't worry about a thing. What I'm here for. That's what you're paying me for. When you're ready to take. Just do your thing. So when I come,
I'm not doing a thing. I did my thing. I guess I had all of you guys. So, over the years, I guess I did my thing already.
that's right.
Thank you.
All right, everyone will be right with you. I'm just going to show you what's going on. We're just pulling up the Euro USD chart. All right, so what we've been doing here is we added the resistance line in high, we added a support line in low, we created the demand zone. We had this demand zone earlier. This demand zone right here got flipped into a supply zone. And if this candle closes above it, this will get flipped again into a demand zone. And then the third time it'll be removed. Let's see. So we got structure, what do we got? 66, 20, 10. Where's the 200? Probably way up here. Yep, way up there.
All set.
All right. Yeah, so I was saying I just marked up Euro USD, so we have it as to what's been going on. So
Yep.
Personally,
Have you started yet streaming? And
yes, I did
okay,
start streaming and
we're
I
on.
did start
Okay,
recording.
excellent.
Yep.
I got where we are.
Yep. So I was just saying, while you stepped away for a second, I just said that what I was doing is just marking up Euro USD so they could see.
Yep.
If I go back to that, we created the demand zone right here. This
Right.
supply zone that was formerly a demand zone that was flipped was already here. This was already here because I had marked it up this morning. I added this support line in low. This is a previous support line in low, but nothing has broke it yet, so that's why it's still
Right.
active. And then I added this resistance line in high. Now here's why I leave this stuff here. So if we go back to gold, right? This is an older resistance line that I had here. What did
Yes.
gold do this morning? It went all the way up to this and stopped.
Yep.
So this is a line I had created. It has
Going back.
Yeah, this is going back. But I want to get rid of the fib here because we don't need that for what I'm doing right now. Okay, and honestly, I probably should clear up some of the drawings, but All right, so on this one right here, do we have anything else that I need to pay? Yeah, we have a demand zone right here. We're on the 1 hour, 1 hour. So I'm doing all this on the 1 hour as well. I am gonna mark this low. And I'll do that as a support line. Nope, I'll do that as a support line and low. That liquidity zone still exists.
Mhm.
This demand zone has been broken 100 times, so I'm gonna get rid of this. But we have another one right here. All right, anything else? That's within it. This is newer, so that's fine. Any resistance? Yeah, I mean, I guess we have this support zone right here.
Mhm.
Supply zone, I mean. That's there. How many times has that been broken? Once, twice. That candle's live. That's not 3 times yet. If that candle breaks, this thing goes away.
Right.
We do see that there's interesting just movement right here. If we look at, I'm gonna kind of expand this out, but we're on gold right here. So you had a perfect E3 cross scenario where you have gold, the 200, the 66, the 20, and the 10 were all in order. You don't get all those. Right here, you had the cross with a 66 cross below the 200.
Right.
And then right here, you had the 10 cross below, and you can see that was a big drop when the 10 crossed below the 20.
Now, was that
I-
expected? Did Donnie talk about that last night on his training on Thursday night?
I don't remember him I mean, I missed the first 10 minutes because I
Okay.
was helping getting my son prepped for last night.
Yeah.
But I don't remember him calling it. He did talk about the 10 crossing over the 20, and we definitely went over that. But I don't
Okay.
remember him specifically saying it
Like
was
you-
going to happen
yeah,
this
right.
morning. But again, if we had looked at this tool, it would have shown us that that was going to happen. And actually, you know what? I should add that. I don't know why I didn't turn that on. Now I got the prediction on for my 10 too. So I can actually kill that because we have the SMA prediction tool on for the 10. So you can see right here, the 20 and the 10 are running parallel.
Right.
Or what the expectation is at least. So on this right here, basically I'm waiting for a major pullback.
Right.
If it pulls back to here, this supply zone, well, it's still a live candle, so I can't switch it. But if that candle stays above it, then this supply zone turns into a demand zone. We
Right.
flip it. What time we got left in the candle? 17 minutes. All right. I'm gonna go over here for a second. So on Euro USD this morning, I've taken advantage of. I went big on this one. I profited big on this. I profited big on this, and I took it all the way up to here.
And that was a big.
Yep. And
A
then
big
last
move.
night I took. Where did I get in? I got in a little bit late, so I was like right here. But I took it all the way down to here. And then woke up
Yeah.
because that was all overnight.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just gonna see how low it goes. But I should have set my stop loss to like somewhere down here,
Hmm.
but I didn't. So I woke up and it was starting to climb back up and I got out quick.
Okay.
But I got about 15% of my account on those 3 trades. Increased
Excellent.
my account by about 15%. So that was nice. And that's the account that I'm using at $50, and I'm trying to just drive it up to see how
Yes.
fast I can get that to 250 and then 1,000 and then 4,000 and 16, etc. I mean, what were your takes on last night? I did Donnie last night. We've talked about moving averages before. We've talked about crosses before. But some of the things that I got from last night is, number one, we talked about the 10 and using the 10
Correct.
for the cross as well. And where the 10, especially with the 10 crossing the 20, which as we can see, I mean, if we go back right here, 10 crosses the 20, and that's a huge candle down.
Last night was like you got. It's like, okay, we're well armed and well equipped,
Yeah.
and we got a bonus.
Yeah.
That's what I felt last night. Like, you know, there were additional tool to get more validation.
Yeah, and I felt like he took our, as you're saying, like our base level knowledge on this that he had provided before, and then just provided some additional information. Like my initial inclination and understanding, that's why I asked the question last night, was my understanding that it was only considered an E3 cross if for a buy, if the 200 was below the 66 and the 20 was above the 66. Those three had to be in order.
Right.
If it wasn't all three, it wasn't considered a cross, an E3 cross. It was just considered a cross. It did seem like last night that the 20 crossing the 66 itself can be considered a cross.
Right.
And that if you have the three, though, that's just additional validation that you have a stronger play. And if you have all four, where the 10's even below the 20, and then the 66 above the 20 and the 200s above that, then that's even a stronger indication that you're in a cell. Or you
Right.
should be in a cell.
I think one of the other unique things that came across last night is Donnie's just not the trader, but he's also involved with, you know, the software and, you know, the coding that goes into place as well.
Yep.
Which I haven't seen another trader, and I've viewed some other ones. They don't have that knowledge.
Right.
You know, they're relying on somebody else to come up with that info.
Yep.
Whereas Donnie's taking it, you know, there's another level. And the great thing about him is he's rather unassuming. He doesn't come across, you know, being, and you know, I guess, you know, snooty or arrogant or too intellectual in any way at all. But the more you learn from him, the more you realize the depth of his knowledge and how
Yep.
quite profound it is when he keeps revealing more and more. Yeah.
Yeah, and let's briefly talk about that account that he created. Where did he put $50 in?
Correct.
And he's growing it to 50,000. That's his first tier.
All right.
So, I mean, right now, I think it was around in the 380 or 380s, I believe it was right now. It's a new account. And he said, he's like, you know, with everything going on with the war and everything, he's like, I had a loss, but it's back up and it's going. And he's like, that's just par for the course in trading. But the fact that, I mean, there's zero doubt in his mind that he's taken that $50 account to 50,000.
Right. Yep.
And I'm a little jealous because I want that. I'm just as confident where my account's going, but I'm not as close to being confident on the timetable that he is.
Just so people that are viewing us right now, in the future, to understand, like last night, Mike does a lot of strategy and a lot of analysis, and he came up with something that, you know, after he looked at it and saw that it could predict certain movements, and took a few days to confirm it, and then brought it up here on the podcast, and then talked to Donnie about it. And Donnie's actually, you know, working with Mike to implement it and refine it. So just to let you know, you're in a great spot. So,
I mean, it's fun. I think we have a great group of people across the board. I mean, Donnie's phenomenal. And I think if the three of us, for example, Don, you and I, we just take our strengths and bring that to the table, and that's invaluable because you and Donna have so much that I don't, and I feel like I have a few things that you guys don't, and when we
Yeah.
add them all together, we create a phenomenal mastermind.
Right.
I'm still waiting for this thing to pull back, though. I would love to see it pull back into this demand zone. If it does, I'm gonna get in on this, but I'm waiting to see if it comes back to this back wall here. And I
I'm in-
personally, sorry,
yeah,
what's
go
that?
on. Go on.
No, I
Go
was gonna
ahead.
say, all I was gonna say is all I'm doing right now, and I think I've mentioned this before, I'm only trading Euro USD and I'm only trading gold.
Right.
Oil did shoot to over 90 and then pulled back. Now it's sticking around that 89. We'll see what it does today.
Yep.
But I'm not in on oil right now. That would have been a smart play, but again, a balance thing. I'm focused on growing it in gold.
Well, Donnie's also cautioned us about oil that it can.
Yeah.
It's even more. It's more difficult to analyze which way it's going to go, even when it seems obvious that it could go up because of the war. Sometimes there's drops because certain other things have happened.
Right, but I will say this. I agree with that 100%. But if I had a bigger balance,
Yeah, we'd all be looking at oil.
so here's what, if we had a bigger balance, the minute bomb one was dropped,
Right, exactly.
which I think was it right here Friday,
Yeah,
right around, it was right, yeah, it was over the weekend.
right. Yep.
So it was shut
Yeah,
down.
Saturday. Yep.
Yep. So then I just would have been like going on like a 1 week buy
Mhm.
and just riding it out because it wasn't going down. And if you did
No.
that, what did it close at? So we're at 66.48. As Donnie said too, gold can also be life-changing money. I
Right.
mean, sorry, oil. So I mean, that's right then and there, you're up 90. I mean, that's just ridiculous money.
Right.
Now, with that being said, you have to be able to ride this big drop.
Yep.
And then back up. So you got to have the balance to support it.
Correct.
But I mean, it's staying. That 66 is a strong play. It's not going near the
Yep.
66. It's actually playing a lot closer to the 20. Oh, it's pushing back. Well, no, it's down to 89 now. Whatever. But it really does impact a lot. And that's the part that I never understood before is you hear about it, but this is directly the price as it's happening second by second. So right
Right.
here, you see what the price is. Gold, what's going on here? Anything exciting? No, nothing I'm getting in on right now. It is pulling back. What do we got? 7 minutes left. So we'll wait and see what it does. Great call by Einstein here. Great
Yes.
call. Great call here and here.
Mhm.
And even here. And someone was saying that yesterday to Donnie, as actually they brought that up on the call is, how do we do what you're doing? How do we trade like you? Einstein.
Right.
He's like, Einstein's doing what I'm doing.
Because we didn't really. It hit last night that he's Einstein.
Yeah. Yep.
I didn't really grasp that before, but last night, Donnie's Einstein. Got it.
Yep. Yep, and I know there's some automation built in. There's a bunch of automation built in, and there's a
Right.
bunch of coding built in. But I think, but that's what's driving his decision making. It's all based on his E3
Correct.
strategy.
Yep.
So that is pushing up. I'm not gonna FOMO this though. I'm just waiting for it to hit structure. Let me go back to here. So that's a big difference. In the past, again, I would have just jumped in on this because I would have saw it
Right.
was going up and
Yep.
expecting it, and it might, but I also could blow the account. So that's not happening. I just want to see this pull back into here. Yeah, but there's been some great movement on Euro USD today.
Right.
Also, I mean, in terms of news, I saw you were talking about on FinViz. Um, right here. I mean, if we look at the red folders, average hourly earnings slightly up. I mean, that's like, I mean, the previous was 0.4, we're still at 0.4, the forecast was 0.3, so we're slightly up, but it's pretty much on par. Core retail sales, I mean, 1/10 growth, previous was 0, we're right at 0, again, pretty much moot. Non-farm employment change though, this one's this one's significant.
Yes,
So,
unemployment factor.
yep. So forecast was 58, it's actually -92, and if we go into the folder, actual greater than forecast is good for currency. So this is part of the reason on the Euro USD why the dollar and why gold is part of the reason why they had an impact, why they went the other way. Retail sales month over month, again, pretty much on point. It's slightly better, but it's 1/10 better again. We're pretty much on par. And again, right here too, even the unemployment rate. Yes, it's down, but forecast was 4.3, previous was 4.3, it's 4.4. So again, a minor, but it is negative. It's just very minor. This is significant though.
Yes.
I don't think there's any other big news today. We have someone speaking, a bunch of people speaking. But it's a lot of USD news, I mean, dollar news today. But again, this is all pretty quiet. If there's anything else new, gold is facing its worst week since January, and the dollar is getting the blame. Okay. Okay, let's go back here. Oh, it's pushing up. Not what I wanted it to do. Right there, it doesn't do what I want.
Yep.
Let's see if it bounces off the 10. This was something like we've talked about it before, but I initially would only do support supply zones and demand zones.
Right.
This adding the support lines is so beneficial.
Yes, it is.
And like this one right here, if it hasn't been broken, I'm leaving it. This goes back to here, and this actually should be slightly higher. There we go. But again, too, this one came right down to here. Well, we created that one, but let's see. Anything else here? That's pretty much on point. That's within the demand zone, so I'm not adding that one. There is a potential. We'll see what it does here. Potential cross of the 10 over the 20 right here, but I need a little more data before I look at that. What about the 30? Let's drop down. Well, that's consistent growth. $15. Wait a second, where's my RSI? Sometimes I have to do this, by the way. My RSI and stuff down at the bottom will disappear. So I have to go to indicators, I click RSI, it adds it
Right.
again. I have
Yep.
to delete the bottom one, and then there's the other two. But I use obviously ATR for setting my stop losses and strongly use the RSI just to see what's going on. Nothing too exciting right now, though. I wanted to do a live trade, but there's nothing, there's
Yeah,
nothing
well,
to
you
hop
were
in on right now.
right. Well, you were waiting on that other one on the gold, but it went the opposite way.
Yep. So I'll go back to the 1 hour. And I've been actually primarily trading either the 1 hour or the 4 hour on the Euro USD. That's actually, let's see what this does, but that's not awful. But there's still 2 hours left on it. What do we got for time? 1 minute. Let's see what it does. It's come down though. It was up here.
Right. Mhm.
There is often a lot of movement though within that last minute. Let's see what happens. See if it pulls below. And this is when we were talking yesterday about the different plans that we have. I mean, as I said, I got 70% off, and that's the primary reason why I got Premier. But the
Right.
main reason for me is I'm able to have all these indicators.
Correct.
And why that matters, in addition to having these over here, is I'm also able to create alerts based on those.
Right.
So if I wanted to create an E3 cross alert, I would create an alert for when the 20 crosses up the 66. Or I just probably leave it when the 20 crosses so I can see if it was up or down. But if it's crossing up, then obviously that's going to be a buy. If it's crossing down, that's going to be a sell. But then I'd also create one for when the 66 crosses the 200. And you're able to do it as an and. I think I have a couple I might be able to show in a second. Okay, so where did it finish? It finished right there. All right, right in the middle. So if I go to an alert, let's see. I may keep it to the current symbol to keep it simple. Alerts, not logs. Yes, I have the 1 hour, 4 hour, 30-minute daily crossing up into the Euro USD. What's this? What's this one? So what I would do if I wanted to turn this one, I don't care about this alert anymore. So if I wanted to turn this into that, I would change it for SMA 20 crossing up on the 66. And then I would have a message, Euro USD 1 hour, E3 cross. $20.66. Buy. Wow. Try that again. There we go. And then right here, just say E3 cross. There we go. So anytime that the 20 crosses up over to 66,
Right.
I'll get that alert.
Yep.
And then actually, did I set that to multiple times or did I only once? No. So I want to do it once per bar close, because he did say it has to be. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, that's, and because of that, if I get rid of this, just to show you, because of the plan I have, I can have all of these ridiculous amount of alerts.
Yeah, for a small extra amount of
Yeah.
money that takes, it's well worth it on what you're going
Yep.
to gain.
And you can see I've stopped a lot of them because I'm just not focused on those anymore.
Right.
But I didn't want to delete them in case I want to add some of them back down the road. I already have all the structure set up.
Yes.
So I just leave them in there so I can just double click on it and turn it on.
Right. Exactly.
But yeah, I'm primarily focused on this, Euro USD and gold. So right now, I'm just waiting on this one. There's nothing good going on here for me on this. Let me check the 4 hour. No, daily. Interesting though. Daily's just in a consistent downtrend.
Mhm.
We actually could have the 20 cross the 66 right here. When's that?
Right.
Tuesday.
Mhm.
On Monday, Tuesday. Just pay attention to that. So interesting stuff.
And
But
that's in the Euro USD, right?
what's that?
That was in the Euro USD.
Yes, correct.
Mm.
And then if I go back one more time, just to gold, anything happening live, it's just growing, it's just going up, just waiting for a pullback. What about different time zones here? Time frames. Oh, missed it. It hit TP2.
You see it.
So Einstein called, and what was that? That was at 10:30. Einstein made the call. You see this nice little, almost a tweezer bottom. It's not quite,
Mhm.
but there we go, 15. Yep. So that's all I'm doing. I don't have the 30-minute gold, I don't think. Do I have that alert? I don't think I do. Gold. Gold 1 hour, turn it back on. Gold 30-minute, turn it back on. I gotta clean up some of these alerts, but I'm also noticing.
On that
Alright.
note, it's a little
Yeah.
after 11.
Yep, I think we're good.
Did well.
Yeah,
It's,
the last, I was gonna say, the last thing I just wanted to mention is that 5 PM today, if you're in a trade, get out. Just don't ride it over the weekend. It's like, just put in it, like, I'm gonna use oil as an example again. Like, if you were in this oil trade and you had a stop loss right here, if you're in this, and let's say you were in a sell, okay, maybe you thought it was gonna go down and you set a stop loss to right here and you didn't get out before the weekend. That's $8 more.
right.
It went up. That's significant. It's over a 10% jump.
Mhm.
So that's why it's important that you get out so you don't get stuck in situations like this over the weekend. So Bitcoin can still trade over the weekend in
Right.
crypto, but everything else, get out by 5 PM Eastern time. Any last comments, Steve?
It's been a volatile week, but at the same time, a lot of good trades.
Yep.
Made. And competent ones.
Yeah.
But then there was one, and even Donnie lost on that. A lot of people lost on that one, but recouped it back the same day.
Yep.
So.
And that's what's great about Forex. I mean, stuff's going, some people, if you're trading just stocks right now, depending on what you're doing, there's some people out there who are panicking because of the volatility. We can take advantage of it.
That's the beauty of the Forex. I mean,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's actually opportunistic, but thank you everyone. Again, as we mentioned before, join us on this quest. There's a whole bunch of information. You want access to Donnie. We're just taking what we're learning. We're going out here and applying it, and we'd love you to do it with us. So feel free to go to Q2AM, sign up, or reach out. If you have any questions, please put comments. Okay, if you like what we're doing, put it in the comments. If you don't like what we're doing, putting it in the comments. We can always get better. Just make sure you interact. We can't improve this if we don't hear back from you. So we're doing what we think we'd want to hear, and now we want to know what you want to hear. So please feel free to put anything in the comments, and look forward to seeing you guys Monday.
Excellent.
All right.
Great
I'm gonna
weekend.
kill this. Thank you. Have a good weekend. Kill stream. And